Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quests and Chaos. We are the Chaos Agents, and tonight we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, at least for as long as Warren can stay up.
That's what this is for.
Hey, so anyone else on the East Coast, you gotta stay up with Warren.
It's me and Lucifer now. We're kind of in the same time zone, slightly.
Hey.
I'm closer.
Not at all.
Not
even
not
close.
yet. Not close.
Hey, not at all.
He's in the same time zone.
Is he?
Yeah. In fact, he's probably close to where you are right now.
No shit.
You can see him on Rime of the Frost Maiden on Saturdays. Oh, right. It's the reason why we play in the afternoons. So, tonight, I want to do some announcements, so I'm going to get right to it. So first of all, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. That is the most awesome thing you guys could do, except for commenting in our Discord and telling us about past episodes where things happen and guards do not give their consent to view magnificence. But these things happen.
That doesn't require consent, does it?
Hold on.
Yes,
Guards?
it really does.
Guards?
I
We have
do-
been non-consenting to this for the whole time.
I do with my body what I want. If you're within eye shot, that's your congratulations.
I did not consent to participate in your kink, sir.
That's it's not a king. I'm airing things out, man. It's not a
Their
kink,
minds
it's just-
shattered. They could not comprehend it at first, and you know that.
This exactly as scripted, exactly as I had planned. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. If you would like to play games with us, we're launching the Guild of the 5 E's, which is a Patreon perk. So everybody who joins our Patreon at the $5 a month or more level, sounds like telethon, you get to join the guild, and I am going to be running a shared world campaign set in Port Thoria, and I've been writing it, and things are happening. Modules are being created.
Sweet.
It should be pretty fun, and everybody who wants to will get to play. And we're not going to stream every one of them because not everybody wants to be on stream. So we will maybe stream one and then not stream the next one, and or vice versa. We'll figure out a way to do it. But that is going to be our way to say thank you to you guys for supporting us via Patreon.
That's a really cool perk.
That is a really cool perk.
It's gonna be fun.
You guys are also welcome to create characters and join with us on occasion as well. I think that would be fun. Much more fun than just me running a D&D game.
Any character that I create needs to be at least 2 levels higher than whoever we're playing with. No? Okay.
It
Come
sounds
on,
like
Doing
man.
good time though.
I'm pulling out the Brooklyn accent then.
Oh, please do.
In Port Thoria. Yeah.
I ain't gonna stop. That's all I'm gonna say.
The
I
south
mean-
side of Port Thoria is where you come
I mean,
from.
Port Thoria is, as the name would imply, a port town. A lot of people are in and out. All sorts of accents, I'm sure, come through.
In fact, Port Thoria is not only just a seaport, it has the shimmering gates to a number of different worlds. So, you know, you can have in fact, last time, we'll get to that later. All right, so the other ways that you can support us is by donating bits here on Twitch. For every 500 bits, the players or the DM will get an inspiration, your choice, and that can be redeemed for a D6, or 2 of them can be redeemed for a D20 reroll. Currently, next year, that's
No.
changing.
Which is to say, this is the last Chaos Agents that will be true.
All right.
Wait, is it? We not playing next week?
Are we playing next week?
We'll discuss.
More
I just wanted to
find
mention
out.
that we weren't, but I'm cool if we are.
I don't. Yeah. Who knows? I think that we're off. So we're probably off for the rest of the year. Because I don't think that I had originally planned to be playing tonight, but we didn't play last week, and it's like maybe we need to get this in. All right. So
We got stuff.
Maybe we'll do
Whatever.
another movie talk. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Possibly.
Randomly.
He says, staring at Aaron.
Yeah, no shit.
You can also check out our amazing YouTube channel, which has YouTube-only content, such as board game playthroughs, Warren versus Aaron, or Aaron versus Warren. I really don't know what the title is. I keep
We don't have one.
Wava or wham?
Wham.
Aaron and W.
Warren.
Where?
I had a geometry teacher, old guy, who just hated me for no reason. He called me Warren, and I would correct him after the first 2 months. I was just like, "Fuck this guy."
One teacher called me erroneous. I didn't get that.
I believe it.
On all accounts.
At the end of every session, any unspent inspiration will go into the Book of Inspiration, which is not here at my reach currently, but this is a nice box that Tiana brought into the studio to house the inspiration when it wasn't in the boy. The other way you can support us is by purchasing stuff at Nord Games, at nordgamesllc.com. They've got cool Fates and Fortunes decks, which is what this is now called. There should be another. They have Treacherous Traps decks, which is out here for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, bitch.
You can get 20% off your order by using the code Chaotic20. If you're feeling less generous, more generous, you can use Chaotic15, and it's still gonna work, but you're only gonna get 15% off. You know what? The choice is really yours. You choose how you want to support yourself and us.
Investment into fun.
Nailed it.
I didn't know where we stood with the Patreon, but that's a really cool perk, actually. Random campaigns and playing through with the community. That's pretty cool.
Random campaigns. It is lore that will be tied to Chaos Agents Campaign 2.
Which means we actually have to pay attention to it.
Going to be rolling in parallel. What's funny is that is going to start before Chaos Agents Campaign 2. So
we will guarantee it.
I want to start Campaign 2 in person. Surprise!
Wow.
Anyway,
Get your vaccines.
I think yeah.
As soon as they're available, man, I'm as soon as they're available for people who like me who aren't essential workers, I'm there.
I'm at the end of the line.
Yeah, not until I learn if there are any side effects from the politicians who've gone so far.
Exactly.
The politicians are all shoving people out of line to get it, so the side effects can't be too bad.
We'll find out when they're like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hopefully it's not. And I'm just thinking of movies.
I mean, yeah, never mind.
I'll get it after Gwyneth Paltrow gets hers.
You're gonna be waiting a long time, mate.
Did you know Goop is healthy for you?
I don't know, man. I mean,
no, it is not. Do not fall for that. That is a lie.
Trump steaks, Trump University, Trump vaccine. I don't like that.
Well, but it's
Way
not
better for
Trump
you.
vaccine.
I know.
It's Pfizer.
Did he make the steak himself?
Just move on.
Did he?
No.
Okay. Just kidding.
He makes anything himself. Anyhow.
Besides trouble.
Speaking of Trump, we also want to thank our great friends of the show, Birds of Paradise.
Speaking of Trump,
That's a hard right.
Do not do Andrea dirty like that, man.
Unlike Trump, Andrea is awesome, and she has started a dice company. They do have something in common. Entrepreneurship is amazing. I love it when people decide to go and do something and take a risk, and Andrea did that. And
agreed.
And a lot of us supported her on Kickstarter, and you, if you missed it, can still support her on Kickstarter. There are late pledges that are open. So if you go to her Kickstarter, Birds of Paradise, you can go to their CrowdOx site, which is their fulfillment sort of like the end of the campaign type of thing, and you can still order. Or you could get the Arizona themed dice, which are available, and you could get stuff like Sonora Sunrise. I don't know if that's what it is. I can't read cursive. Anyway,
And people get on millennials for not being able to read cursive.
well, I just can't see. That's my problem, as I'm old. Where are we? This is okay. Okay. It's been 12 minutes. Let's just get on with the game. How's that sound?
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's play.
No, I still have more. So Berkeley Stamping Engraving, Mike, they're awesome. Keep being awesome. We need to talk because I need more mugs, and I'm thinking about custom mugs. So anyway, I know he's got a bit. He's working stuff. D&D Beyond is a fantastic sponsor. They actually allow us to have access to their content, which you will actually have access to, or at least 12 of you will have access to from the Patreon for the Guild of the Five E's. We'll have to see how that works. We probably build a character and then save it off as a PDF, and maybe you'll have to, I don't know. We'll see how it works. Oh, we also, not only do we have amazing stuff on YouTube, we also have podcasts. We have Rhyme of the Frostmaiden, just launched on all of the major platforms. On most of the major platforms is the Redacted Reports. iTunes, actually, I don't know. I might have seen iTunes come in.
Did iTunes come in? Because I've been peeking and I haven't seen anything.
iTunes came in. It is available on iTunes right now. Actually, as of yesterday at 12:19 p.m. Sorry. Anyway, so the Redacted Reports is on iTunes. Apple Podcasts for you new to the game. There's no such thing as iTunes. I don't know. Anyway, thank you to our moderators, the Hefner, the Baroness, Tigeron31, and Shadow Dragon. What they do is they put in exclamations, they thank followers, they boot bots.
Are those two last ones new?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. Abuse your power at all chances.
You are
Warren,
a
we
god.
are counting on you to come up with the moderator handbook. If you could create that for us.
That's all I do, man. Now I gotta get off work and do that here. Fuck.
All right. If we miss Bits Patreon, let a mod know, and then they'll let us know. I really don't know how that's gonna work because there used to be a moderator only chat, and then Twitch got rid of it. We never used it. The Hefner was in there.
We have nothing to complain about then.
Else was in there.
Why did they get rid of this feature we never used?
It's the principle.
That's also pretty pretty par for the course.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Now let's get into a recap of what happened last time on Chaos Agents.
Oh my god.
Somebody help me out here.
I'll try, but
Yeah, Bo, can you last time on Chaos Agents, the ship pulled into the harbor at Port Thoria, and you were met by the harbor master, Captain June Pepper, I believe. I'm sorry. Oof, I even demoted her. Lieutenant June Pepper of the Port Thorian Royal Navy. Greeted Remy the Fox, captain. Well, actually, Slade Remington, captain of the Irregular Phoenix, because that was the name given to the Shimmering as you went through, so they were waiting for your arrival. They welcomed you. Clint took off right away to whatever his black market dealings are to go and deal with selling the items with Broxley. And Remy, you stayed on the ship.
He's sleeping.
You know, it was a new town, a new continent, and a whole new world, really. And you thought it best to captain should stay with the ship.
did I?
You did. Wow. Uzo, Ruckus, and Andraste headed off into the city in search for the temple of Bahamut that they were looking for. A short ways off of the docks and into the streets, a figure caught Uzo's attention, and a young girl of 16 or 17 waved with a nod and a knowing look, waved Uzo over, who attempted to be feeble, and greeted you. This was Annabelle, who is an associate of Medusa. She handed you a note after some banter. You were set to meet Medusa
for dinner
that evening. You guys headed off to Fred's Fineries, where for a long time You shopped and had Fred, who is a master, who's a fabulous tailor. We'll just say you had a fabulously good time finding outfits and hats and things that matched. You eventually left, which honestly, I'll tell you, I liked that part.
We're dressed to the nines. Someone invites you to dinner. It's at a temple. You put on your Sunday best, right?
Yeah.
You look so good, good.
Remy was on the ship during this,
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
dreaming of a far-off land called Hawaii.
And you then got your some rooms at an inn, a very large inn, actually a hotel at this location. You went and spoke with the front desk where you secured your rooms. And then you went off to dinner with Medusa. Arriving in your fresh, amazing, high-end attire, you wound your way into the basement of the temple, where in a room with a hearty fire and a huge wooden table with a map spread out on it, you see Medusa in breastplate, battle attire, ready for war. This woman was much older than Uzo had envisioned that she would be, but still capable, no less. You guys had a discussion. You guys came up with a plan, and you found out that you, come the morning, are getting through a teleportation circle in the basement of the temple and heading to the city of Magehaven.
Wait,
Did I leave anything important out?
Those are the big things.
If anybody is curious of the detail of the interaction and what we covered during that, that's in the previous episode, but I think you got the notes covered of where we left off. I think we're walking back as evening descends to the hotel, and were we deciding on whether or not we were going to get Remy or you were going to send for him?
Yeah, I can do a send in and just, call him in.
Oh yeah.
I always have sending prepared now.
It's
So
helpful.
we are walking back to the inn and going to set up for the night and prepare for the morrow.
So I'm going to sleep without waiting for Remy. What's the plan here?
What time of night is it?
It is 8 p.m. ish. So as you are walking back, you do notice that the city is lively. There are gas lamps or lamps. If you want to make an Arcana check, you'll probably find that they are magical.
Lit by a constant flame.
Mm-hmm. And as you head back, you notice that this is really this district is the hub of this city, and there are people all about strolling around. Even though it is very cold, people are bundled up. There is, as the night progresses, you see slight dusting of snow. Nothing that would accumulate, but just a little bit. And you make your way. You pass a number of stalls and vendors that have set up for evening sort of vending versus the day, and you are free to do what you wish.
They got street food. Oh, street food is delicious.
I was literally about to say something very similar. I want to stop and get like hot chestnuts somewhere.
We just came from dinner.
And
I could eat.
we fill in the corners, Uzo, and it's street food. It doesn't count. You eat it while you're walking.
Exactly.
You guys are starting to let the captain rub off on you on your appetite.
When have I ever not been greedy or a glutton?
That is very fair, but I would prefer you to not have a rock in your stomach for whatever tomorrow brings.
Well, and also we're in not just a new land, a new world. I want to see what sort of food they have here.
How far is the market street food vendor from the inn that
I mean,
we're...
it's like right along the way, isn't it?
Yeah. So imagine, so this hotel overlooks this central courtyard. On the opposite side, I mean, it is 400 feet. On the opposite side is Fred's Fineries. On your left are a number of high-end shops that are still open, even into this late evening, as people are coming and going. You see, closer down, about halfway, is Nora's Botanicals, and then a little bit further away, you see Leather and Steel. That is the place that you had saw the full armor in the window. So set up in that central courtyard are a bunch of tents. It essentially looks like a European Christmas market, if you know what they look like. So there's people selling sausages and cheese, hats and mittens, and it's all sorts of different things. There is a nut roaster who is has this solid stone that is being heated from underneath, and he is roasting nuts on top of it.
I pause to ask, is that his legal job title? Like, he's legal, he has to be called that. Because that is unfortunate to be an artist in that craft.
Why would that be unfortunate?
Or it's a blessing and a curse.
There we are. I'm gonna stop at the nut roaster place and get a packet of salted nuts.
All right, yeah, you pick that up. It is
Hot salted nuts, of course.
I'm very uncomfortable.
You're not there.
2 for a silver.
2 for a silver, cool. I'll get 4 and hand them to the guys.
Uzo puts his over his shoulder and lets Baga kind of nip at them. He's not really hungry.
Do snake eat nuts? That's
Hey, do baby dragons?
Yes.
What's thicker, like a nut, or like a rat? Like a rat that's like to digest.
He doesn't have to unhinge his jaw for these.
But while we're paused at the nut stand and waiting for the packets to get farmed up, I'll do a sending to Remy, and give him
Belmont Downs district.
Say again?
You are in the Belmont Downs district, just off the Port Thorian Tradeway.
Okay, I will tell him the name of the hotel, where we are, and tell him to come and meet us there. We have a room for him.
Can I respond?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll just say, come again. For some reason, I stayed on the ship, and I'm very stoned. The where? And the what?
All right. If you two want to go and settle in at the hotel, I can go fetch Remy.
Is this city safe, or do we run the risk of being ambushed? I'm going to do a perception, I guess, to see sort of.
Yeah.
All right.
My only qualm before that is, if you feel you need help in Joste, I will follow you. But we're going to stop at every cart along the way.
So,
as I say that, I just kind of look around.
As you look around, you suddenly notice like shifty-looking characters, kind of like everywhere you look. Are they getting hot chocolate? What are they looking at you? Maybe they're looking at your attire. You notice that you kind of, there are others who have fine attire. Yours look brand new though.
They seem to have eyes settled on us. Maybe we should all accompany you to the ship.
If you would like, but you know that I'm quite capable of taking care of myself.
Capable. We know that, but the unfortunate souls who might try something will not.
Yeah,
Fair
I think
enough.
This will help us. And I roll an 8.
Can you
for-
roll your microphone a little louder?
I can do that.
Why'd you roll the 8? What was
Because
that
I'm pulling
for?
out an animal out of the gray
Ah,
bag.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
It's
okay.
a fucking weasel. God.
It's a weasel. It's one of the biddies.
It's just a weasel. Well, he shall surely protect us from death. Or
Don't
at least
you
the purpose
have-
of it.
Is that Hoggleshite?
I believe so. Wait. Digging in the old noggin.
Oh
It
my
is-
goodness.
It is Hoggleshite.
Good memory, Bo.
Thank you,
For some
Mind Bow.
things.
Well, then maybe you can have Hoggleshite accompany her and make an expeditious return to us if anything is necessary.
How do you feel about that, Hoggleshite? I don't really care. Hoggleshite's gonna do it.
Okay.
I mean, if I need to reach you guys expeditiously, sending is the fastest way because I can reach you from literally anywhere.
And I can reach you in an instant from anywhere.
How close was the dock to where they're at?
It is probably 10 blocks away.
Okay.
So not, it's not long. It's a 15-minute walk.
Fair enough.
And long blocks or 10 the horizontal or the length?
You can
Yeah.
tell this is a New York boy speaking.
Yeah, no shit. Is it the avenues or the streets here?
So just to set that scene of what Uzo is seeing outside of Uzo's mind, because he rolled a 5, is Uzo suddenly realizing that there might be shifty people about, and he looks over and he sees like a group of 3 girls drinking hot chocolate. He's like, oh, there might be up to something, and then he looks over and it's just like, a couple walking down the street. He's like, oh, I don't know about that.
Uzo leans into Ruckus and goes, everyone here seems uneasily jovial and at calm. This is making me uneasy.
You do realize that people are going into the winter holidays, and there is generally joviality and calm during those times.
Yeah, man, where's your spirit? And I'm kind of like already a little drunk and a little full off of some other stuff that kind of passively ate along the way.
Uzo leans back and sort of puts his hand out to give some room with Ruckus. Okay, Ruckus has gone bye-bye, so I will babysit him, but make sure you call us if you need us.
I will.
Only 20% bye-bye. If you need help, we are here.
I should be fine. It is not far from here to the dock, and if I don't anticipate trouble, I will stay on the lit streets, and if trouble comes, they will have difficulty with me.
With us, please. We did not come this far to lose you now.
I'm not going to get lost. You go put Ruckus to bed. I'll go get Remy, and we'll all gather up. It'll be
There,
fine.
there, dear. There, dear. She's only walking down the street.
Yo,
I'm patting you on the head.
yeah.
Ooze.
You don't stop that. Let's go. And he takes this taller figure by the scruff of the neck and walks him towards the inn.
Ruckus
Go
gets that a
easily.
lot from people who are shorter than him.
I'm
Come on.
a tiger that's treated like a house cat. I love it.
We head to the inn.
Yeah, and I'll make my way back toward the ship. And as I promised, I'm keeping to the lit streets and keeping a weather eye out, but I'm not too worried.
As you are keeping an eye out, give me a perception check.
Okay. Plus 9. 21.
21. All right. So as you leave the market, you walk down the main Porthorian Tradeway, which is again a grand boulevard. There now at nighttime, you see there are lights on the trees as it stretches off into the distance, and you make your way towards the docks. And it definitely eventually the lights stop. There are street lamps. Every third or fourth one is out. And then there's this section that's not very, not that great. And it is in that section when you are walking, you look in, something catches your eye in an alleyway, and you look over and you see Annabelle. And she just gives you a nod, and kind of like drops back into the shadows.
Do I get the impression from that nod that she wants me to follow her, or is she just keeping an eye on me?
You think that she's just keeping an eye on you.
Okay. Well, she knows the city better than I do. I feel like I should be mildly offended, but I'm not, because I'm not a city person.
And you make your way to the ship without issue.
All right. And I'll go and tap on Remy's door unless someone waylays me on the way.
So there is the gangplank is up, and there are a couple of sailors, Brandon and not Clint. Brandon and Bunny are hanging out on the top of the ship, and they see you approaching, and before you basically as you get up to it, the plank is like down, ready for you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Very kind of you.
All right.
You see, Winthorpe is on the aft of the boat, kind of right above my room in that little overhang area.
Hi, Winthorpe.
Looking at you.
And go over and tap on Remy's door.
Winthorpe comes over and goes, and just as he's about to hit the door, it opens up and he comes inside the room. Oh, Andraste! Hello.
Hello, Remy.
Great to see you. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm jolly good, actually.
Question: would Winthorpe be impaired as well?
Winthorpe's his own
His own
unique
person.
being.
Okay.
His own critter.
Mm.
And I'll hand him the packet of they're still warm, the warm nuts. That's a sentence.
Oh, you thought of me. Thank you.
You're welcome. We have rooms at a hotel in Port Thoria proper, and we have a lot to tell you.
I imagine so. I don't know why you didn't let me go with you in the first place.
You insisted on staying and making sure that the ship didn't get boarded by some.
That sounds like your story.
I wouldn't bother making up a story like that. I'd rather have you along.
Oh, make me a perception check.
Oh, God. All right, here we go. Perception. Bam. I get to re-roll it.
Oh, do I get a card?
Shit.
You do.
You do.
Oh, yeah, the Nord Games Fates and Fortunes deck. I call it the Fates and Fumbles deck. Minus
better.
1d6 for making a saving throw.
12, sir.
Okay. Do you shut the door, or is the door just open and you're just kind of?
I think we're just.
I haven't
in the
invited her
doorway.
in yet, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess as soon as I opened it, Winthorpe came in, but I didn't.
Yeah, but you
invite her in.
didn't move back and invite me in, and yeah.
Everyone
The
just
door's still
assumed you had already done that.
Everything's fine.
What did you get as a card?
Yeah, what did you get?
Minus 1d6 after making a saving throw.
That's not too bad. Not great, but not too bad.
Well, either way, I suppose we should get going down the what to the where?
I'll show you. Don't worry. Give me just a moment, though. I need to change.
Oh, look at you! What is all
Yes. We were having dinner with Meduse, and we were under the impression that we needed to be well dressed, and well, we were quite well dressed and overdressed, in fact.
this? Is that right?
Yes,
This is Uzo's doing, isn't it?
usually yes. But I'll be right back. I'm going to go get into my comfortable clothing. Grab anything that you need, because we're going to Magehaven tomorrow morning.
Already.
There's a teleportation circle involved, so it will be walking from one basement to another.
Okay. Well, let me just get my hat.
And I'll leave him to that and go and get changed and get the last things that I need from my room before, being gone for however long we'll be gone, putting it in my bag of holding.
Okay. And you have all of your potions. You've divided them up already.
Yeah.
The greater healing as well as the continuous heal. Okay.
Yep. And I'll ask one of the crew members as I pass them to water my plants and make sure they don't die while I'm gone.
All right. Perfect.
Do I hear that?
That's up to Andraste.
I mean, I'm not making a secret of it, so sure.
Yeah,
if you
no,
like.
I'm just coming out, with my stuff. And I say, and make sure to take care of mine. To care for me. Thank you.
Just like put a gentle hand on his shoulder and steer him toward the gangplank.
You just see like as you kind of get over, Brandon just kind of like elbows Bunny. It's like, bro. as you are led off of the ship.
I'm so glad you're here, Andraste. It's just nice to have a good friend, to take you places.
Well, it's not like I'm taking you anywhere particularly interesting. It's just, the hotel that we're all staying in.
Well, this is a new world, isn't it? Everything's interesting.
That's true.
Like that guy. And I point to this guy.
As you point over to that guy is made of metal. Like, it is.
That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andraste's eyes get about this big.
So wearing boots, but just like walking by. There's a hammer in a little notch on its belt, just kind of hanging there as it walks past.
See? I'm not wrong.
Oh,
You did see that, right?
I did.
Okay, good.
Wonders at every corner. I've never seen I mean, we've seen the nimble right, but not a person quite like that.
Yes. Well, should we meet our friends and discuss?
Yes, let's
Fill
do
me
that.
in on everything that's going on.
Yes, and there's quite a lot going on. So yes,
Okay.
let's go do that.
All right. On your
Excellent.
way back, both of you make me a perception check one more time.
I have Winthorpe following as well behind.
Winthorpe can make a check as well.
Okay.
Wait a minute. So can Harrowshite, but I mean you.
Oh yeah, he's sitting on my shoulder or something, isn't he?
Actually, no. That is what you were rolling perception for. Andraste, you actually see Hoggleshite kind of trailing you, a little ways off, but is following you. Remy does not see.
I'll pause and crouch down, like, come here, buddy.
Runs over.
And I'll let him run up my arm and sit on my shoulder. It's easier to keep a watch on me and everything going on if you're right here with me. And I'll like reach up, scritch him behind the ears.
That was the check back on the ship too, though, that you missed.
Oh, it was Hoggleshite?
He's actually pretty good at pretty stealthy little fucker.
No one expects the weasel.
Right. Nobody expects the weasel. That's Polly Shore's one.
Damn it!
That is the next episode title.
That's probably sure.
That's Uzo's mantra. Nobody expects the weasel.
Oh. Wow.
Nailed it.
Anyways, yeah, I'll lead him back through all of the tents. Has Remy eaten?
No. In fact, he's very hungry. Do you have any food on you? Doesn't it smell wonderful? We should get some
Left to
food.
himself, Remy just completely incapable of taking care of himself.
I wasn't going to say it, but I mean, there's lots of tents with sausages, and there's the roasted nuts that I handed you if you wanted to snack on those. There's food in abundance around here.
I think that's a wonderful idea. Let's do that. Let's
So,
let's get one of everything. We might be hungry later.
Are you that hungry?
Yeah, but we might be hungry later.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, so you make your way. So Remy, this is the first time you've seen this. So the docks area is actually fairly nice, but as you move a couple of blocks in, it gets a little shadier and seedier. You notice, some of the buildings have paint peeling. It's not quite as magnificent as it appeared when you first came into harbor. A little ways later, of traveling, you get to this massive boulevard, and there are cross signs, cross streets that really. This is the Port Thoria Tradeway, and it is a massive boulevard. There are trees that are lit on either side, as well as the center boulevard heading off into the distance. And you travel along this for a few blocks before you hit, on your left across the way, you see a massive Colosseum, 5 stories tall here, stone archways all around. That is the central sort of, well, it's the Colosseum.
What is that, Andraste?
As far as I've been able to gather, it's called a Colosseum. It's a place of daring deeds and sports and all of that fun stuff.
Are you sure we have to leave tomorrow? Because we could see, if the Foxy Irregulars could get in a match or something.
Oh, that would be really fun. But no, we do have a mission. Maybe when we come back and everything's been sorted out.
Yes,
Who
you're
knows?
right.
We might even be stronger and better than we are now.
That's the way. I like the way you think. Keeping positive.
Certainly have to. Anyway.
And you hang a right. So there are a row of buildings on this boulevard, high-end shops. At this point, they are closed after, it now getting after 9 p.m. or so at night. You head around and you get to the end of sort of the night market that is out. Early enough where you can, for a gold piece, we'll say for a gold piece, you can get a whole bunch of sausages and nuts and fruit and whatever you need to do. And
Cheese.
mittens.
Oh, is there hot cocoa? I want hot cocoa.
There's definitely hot cocoa.
Wonderful.
I have hot cocoa. I have whatever salty, meaty thing is there in my mouth, as well as another one in the hand, like with the cocoa. So.
Yeah, and I'm helping carry stuff for him with one hand while I'm drinking the hot cocoa with the other.
No, this is what this is for. Hold on, Andraste. And I put my cocoa on the side like this and let go, and it floats there.
Your unseen servant. I always forget about that one.
Yes, good old Winston.
Well, good. Then I can stop carrying stuff and reach over and gauge where the hot cocoa is and put it in put what I'm carrying right next to it.
What are you carrying? Now I gotta look at the lifting capacity of my unseen servant.
Probably not that much. I can't imagine if any food in here is over 10 pounds, we're doing it wrong.
How heavy is a
it's
ghost
just
rat?
food. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll put your food on the unseen servant's hands and then wrap my hands around my hot cocoa in my new mittens because they're cute.
Why, Andraste, what cute mittens you have.
They have the thumb. I love them. They're warm and cute.
Disadvantage in every spell with somatic components. I'm kidding.
I mean, my somatic is usually grab and push, so I can't imagine that would actually do.
Right. So again, as you walk towards the hotel, you do pass the Leather and Steel, which is this building with steps going up to the front door, and on either side is a showroom. And you actually see there's full sets of armor in there. Just like you never saw suits of armor for sale like that. Wherever you have been, it has always been a custom sort of order that you would have to do to get armor that would fit right. You may be able to get leather armor and then they would, work it and trim it and get it, sized right. This you kind of looking in and you're just like there's a little sign that says any size.
Are they open?
They are open if you would like to go in.
Andraste,
Remy?
that looks cool. And I don't know
One thing
about.
one thing I did not describe that I did describe last time. There is a full plate, halfling size full plate armor, like, or child size maybe. But
Do you see that armor?
I do. It's beautiful. You don't wear plate.
Yes, but my son could.
True. That's true.
I could do it. Why not? I don't
You-
have any money. Never mind. That costs too much, I'm sure.
You'd be very loud. That's why not.
Do you think the gods would give us some money if we, free them and all that?
That'd be nice. I
If
mean,
they
we
have
are.
any.
Well, we're going to be fighting the archdevil or whatever of greed. Maybe they have something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the gods don't have it, but the greedy demons do. I like that. I like
It's
that.
entirely
And
possible.
we get to kill them and take it. I like that. Look at you coming up with solutions.
That is my main function in this group. Yes.
Oh,
all right.
we should get back and come back here with Ruckus though, because he might like some of that.
We did pass by here with Ruckus. And his stuff is good enough according to him.
Okay, according to him. Come on.
We also are short on funds, friend.
It's true. That's true. I have only a small amount left.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's go meet them and we'll talk it about it. Talk it about it. Then.
It's a
So
good idea.
You guys make your way across the market to the hotel. Again, there's a sign on the top that says something that I made up last week, and I don't remember.
Can you tell me what that says on Droste? I can't really see it.
Not Sadie's,
Nope,
it's-
don't remember.
Anyway, I went back and I looked something else up, but I forgot to look that up. But so you head into this hotel, and there's a lobby. Like most inns that you go to are very small. 8 rooms maybe. A small inn for eating, common room. This is there is a front desk. There is gold gilded sort of columns, and it's like nothing you've seen before. And Andraste, you have been in, you know where your rooms are. They are all sort of next to each other. They are on the 4th floor
Mm-hmm.
of this building.
I
Hello.
want to say that Ruckus, would I have put you to bed?
I was about to say, well, I did say I wanted to enjoy more of the food and festivities. So if we were to stumble into them drunkenly, that'd be great.
I want to say that I would have Uzo would have walked Ruckus up to bed, and as soon as he would have said he's no more of a danger to anyone, Uzo would have went back downstairs and sort of, anxious energy sat in the lobby and maybe had one of the teas or cocos for 2 silver, and just be sitting there and just sort of staring back, just sitting in the lobby, probably solo, making, acknowledging the stuff going around him, but just sort of having a moment with Baga. And yeah, I left you upstairs as far as I know.
Do you see him sneaking back down into the lobby?
My thoughts exactly. Like I give it like a half-hour nap, a power nap, and then I'm like stealthing down. I'm not wearing the armor.
I
So
wouldn't have
you-
expected it. Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Give me a stealth check and give me a perception check.
Not much, Bo. Not wearing much.
I'm going to fail the perception check.
Just fail.
Yeah.
Stealth and what?
There might be other stuff to see.
Holy
shit.
maker!
Give me that
That's
card.
20, sir.
Wow.
All right.
I'm feeling cocky because I'm
I'm rolling the perception.
And he's
but
strutting down the
Cardos.
stairs quietly.
Exclamation point, Nord Games, everybody. You know how many followers we are? We're really close to giving away a deck.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's like a deck.
Succeed on an attack roll.
Useful.
Ha!
Heck yeah.
I mean, look, we are 6 followers away. If you guys could tell your friends to come follow us, we'll do a giveaway. There's gonna be 6 followers.
Do it.
It'd be cool to do tonight, but
You know.
When we get there.
All my friends are here.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Rude.
What happened? So nat 20 on the stealth check, and if
an unnatural 20 on the perception.
Oh my god, though. Those are
So that can't cancel out.
crit skill checks. So
Yeah.
this is weird because this is
If I do perceive him, I'd just look back over my shoulder like, oh my god.
But I'd still stay stealthy as if I didn't notice that he noticed me. I probably knew he noticed me.
so here's what happens. Nobody else sees you, Ruckus. But Uzo does, just out of the corner of his eye, sees you kind of like trying to sneak down.
Slunk. Can I say that?
Slunk.
I'm thinking of the Grinch, but
So I was too.
As soon as you get within earshot, I don't know where you're going, but if you get within earshot of Uzo, he's going to say, you can't sit still for 5 minutes, can you?
I'm a shadow. And I'm still moving because no one else sees me but him.
Sit down, Shadow. Join me right here. And he kind of pats the couch next to him. If you are going to stay up, you are going to keep me company.
Blink. I dare you. Do you blink?
Ruckus, you are in the lobby of an inn in your underwear. Please sit down.
And I'm stealthing perfectly. Blink, damn you. Blink.
Is this about when Remy and I come in?
Yep, you are all in this place together all at once right now, for the love of God.
I'm clung to a wall saying, blink, damn you, blink.
I point to both of them and I say, Andraste, out of the three of us, which one do you think is stoned?
All of you. Every single one of you. Hi, Ruckus.
That's
Weren't you going to bed?
I was in the wall the whole time. And yes, I was, but it was a power nap.
Excellent. Well, why don't we sit down and fill Remy in on what happened while he was guarding the ship from the reprobates on the dock.
So
This
much exposition.
sausage is so good. Like
Also he's
so
quite
good.
high.
You can really feel the juices, you know, like you didn't notice them before, but they're there.
Uzo kind of
I'm wearing dark green mittens and just sipping my hot cocoa.
Uzo looks over at Deadpan, looks over at Ruckus, and then looks at Remy ranting about the sausage with his like droopy eyes, and then Andraste with the cocoa sip, and he's still petting Bagai. It's like, we are going to die tomorrow.
That's what
Probably.
I've been saying for weeks.
Andraste,
What?
do you still have the nutsack?
No, I finished mine.
Damn it, they were so good.
They're right outside.
Hold on, Winston. Thumbs up, and 2 nuts are floating right in front of his face.
And
Remy,
a
make
sausage.
me a dexterity check.
Who?
Remy.
Oh,
Oh, good. Better him than me.
just straight up dexterity or
Yeah.
acrobatics? Okay.
Yeah, just dexterity.
Well, it's real good.
Oh. You, as you are like waving around this sausage in your hand, talking, you, out of the corner of eye, you see Hoggleshite make a leap for it. And you just pull it away at the last minute. And he just like shoots across across the way. And jumps and is like, looking back, like,
Hoggleshite, if you want something, we can go get you something.
I'll have to be a lot more under the influence before that hoggle gets my shite. I tried.
I liked it. Did you see the way
Yeah.
Hoggleshite flopped on the floor?
Uzo puts his hand down onto the floor level. Yeah, I believe I have some nuts I can spare for you.
And I'll actually reach into my bag and like fish around for a second, clearly like opening something inside the bag, pulling something out and closing it again, and come out with a small stack of cookies in my hand. Yes, those cookies.
everybody, it just suddenly is like, oh.
I recall my flambers.
Are you going to stab me for these, Ruckus?
Shite
Anybody
just
else?
got real.
How about we all sit down and fill Remy in on what's going on, and we can eat these lovely, lovely cookies that Margaret made for us back in Saltmarsh.
Maybe our captain needs to sober up in the morning would be the best time to fill him in.
Or we can do it twice.
Or we could do it twice.
I think, well, we're leaving first thing in the morning, so at least trying to get through now is a good idea.
All right, what is it?
Sit down, and I'll pass out cookies. I have enough in my hand for each of us to have 2.
Should we go to a room, or are we gonna do it here in the lobby?
We're fine. Who cares at this point?
So as you say that, you look around. There are people about. There is a bar in here, although it's not your traditional bar. It is a little bit more upscale. There are people, sitting on the bar stools with, glasses of wine. Every once in a while, you do see, clearly an adventurer, but not a low-level adventurer. So nice clothes, a nice cloak, not paying you much attention at all. As you are looking around, you do see that they are also not clueless, but also not caring about you.
Yes, maybe we should go to one of our rooms.
Let's go to Rakis and we can try again after to put him to bed finally.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I've had enough alcohol this second time. Maybe. You've got a better chance.
Uzo and Ruckus. I'll watch. Let's go.
All right. Everybody, as you're going up these 4 steps, give me a constitution check.
Oh, sweet.
As these
I'm not drunk.
I'm
4...
Not drunk.
I'm not drunk.
10. I haven't had anything.
9.
I've said I've had stuff, but I just don't know when specifically I've had it. But I've had stuff.
Did you say disadvantage?
Have the cookies gone bad? Do we have diarrhea?
No.
Are they stale?
Andraste, since you have not imbibed at all.
No.
You can have advantage, and Uzo as well can have advantage.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Same. I got a 9 and a 5.
I got a 1. You get a card.
That's fascinating.
That's why you do pointless checks. For a second. So
that's the real reason.
minus 1d8 after a saving throw. So as you are hitting the 3rd story landing, the exhaustion of sort of the entire journey and then the lead up and everything, it just kind of hits you. You're very tired.
Andraste, you are going to have to try to tell Remy as much as you can remember, because I think I am down for the count.
I'm tapping out too. I am exhausted.
Looks like it's up to you, buddy.
Oh, God damn it.
How about we all get some sleep, and first thing in the morning, we'll get Remy caught up over breakfast, and then go to Medusa and go from there.
So, what time in the morning?
Wait. How long does it take to tell him? Because I feel like I could stay up just a little longer with him. Skip cutscene, and now he knows the information he needs to know.
But he doesn't.
You know the information that he needs to know.
I don't know the information he needs to know.
Well, then I feel like that would be a little bit moot, wouldn't it?
I am in favor of this idea. Rakis, you and Remy share a room. You tell him the story, and then in the morning, Remy can tell us what you told him, so we can all be entertained by how much of it you got wrong.
How much Remy got wrong. Yes.
I played a game like that when I was a child, and the message was always horribly mangled by the end of it.
Pepper cup?
Then this should be familiar.
You all decide as Uzo takes his leave.
And
walks ahead.
Andraste peels off and goes to her room and just takes armor off, face plants.
Hoggleshite's still with me?
until the dawn.
Wherever,
Yeah.
I didn't pick him up. Yeah.
Yeah, I got him. He's eating a bag of warm nuts.
Be careful where he sleeps. Those nuts will just fall straight ever where he was existing at the moment of dawn. Good night.
Wait, buddy.
No, you're coming.
Oh, you're not.
Get over here. No, I'm saying good night to him because he's sleeping with my weasel. Should have rephrased it.
Nope, that sounded perfect.
And so am I. And I grab him around the legs. Where's our room?
All right, this way. Allow me to shimmy you, and I shimmy as he's at the legs.
This is great. We should do this more often.
I have missed this chaos.
Okay. So you guys go to bed.
The last moment of it, before everyone fades out in their room, comedic relief, Andraste goes to bed, and then Uzo kind of lying in bed, is slightly anxious, but still sort of focusing on Baga, and Hoggleshite in the corner eating the nuts, on the bed eating the nuts, but Baga's on the face, and he's saying, "You are full of secrets, but now it seems you are out of little quips for us. Baga, if there is anything that you need to tell us now, before we embark on this journey, please, my friend," as he's petting him, "do not hold back. I want to free your father, but I want to keep all of us safe in the process. Trust me, because I trust you."
So you do get Baga looks at you, and he says to you, "It won't be easy. There are guardians that we have to get past. And then there is the key. We have to unlock the prison. I don't know how it works."
The priests your father chose, are they capable? Do they need to be looked after? We've fought in battle together, and I've kept an eye on my friends without the distraction of someone I loved. What is your hunch? Will Medusa be safe?
My guess is she will not be in danger. We travel down. She will stay.
Thank you for the reassurance, Baga. That will at least calm my nerves to get me to bed enough to be strong enough to face whatever challenge we make in the morning. Now, I encourage you to do the same and say goodbye to Hoggleshite, because as soon as the sun hits him, he will be a puff of smoke. Enjoy the nuts, Hoggleshite. And Uzo kind of stares at the ceiling, closes his eyes, and hopes that he can sleep. Yeah.
All right. So as you all go to sleep in your bedrooms, everyone give me perception checks as you are sleeping.
Oh my God.
I was sleeping in Ruckus's room, for the record.
Ooh, I did pretty. Oh, Warren.
Oh, well. 15 for me.
Did you say perception checks?
Yep.
Uzo's mind is racing. Yeah. Perception, what is that?
And Hoggleshite sleeps with a squeal, like it's not pleasant.
Uzo perks his head up and so they actually do sleep in the bag.
So, Andraste, as you are sleeping, better than you imagined you would. You do wake up, and as you wake up, you hear the creaking of the floorboards outside in the hallway. Starting, you hear it like right outside your door, and then it fades away. It's not, there's like one squeak, but then you, with your perception, you hear the light footsteps going down the hallway. I mean, nothing super out of the ordinary.
Sure.
Somebody walking in the hallway.
But something about it woke me up. And I trust my instincts. So I'm going to get up with a dagger in my hand, suddenly channeling a different character. And open the door as carefully and quietly as I can, just to like peek out.
All right. So you open up the door and into the hallway with basically in this wing, there are a dozen other doorways down, and you don't see anything.
Okay.
With my roll.
What was your roll?
22.
Oh, 22.
He got real good.
I got pretty.
All right. So with the 22, you actually felt you woke up to with the doorknob on your door being checked, and then footsteps walking off, and then walking off again.
I will sit up in the bed and call Remy, and recall the flamberge in my hand.
Kitty.
And point it at the door. Remy, Captain Tiny Remy.
So,
use your eyes, your special eyes.
Sorry, who are you?
Shut up. Shut him up. I'm gonna get really close up on him. Just.
I was not prepared for this.
I have middle of the night breath, and it is fierce. It is awful at this moment. But
you're telling me that? I can tell you that.
You have to listen. There's footsteps and someone checking doorknobs. And I feel like it's not a regular check from some staff that work here.
Okay.
Can I?
Is the door locked?
I think they didn't open it.
So they checked to see if it was locked?
Maybe they locked it.
Okay. Let's go see.
All right.
Can I get up now, please?
Yes, because... Yeah, and I'm really close. Yes, because you are stealthier than me. So go to the door and stealth as best you can. Cappy.
They will smell me coming at this point.
The podcast listeners can smell that.
Hell, I can smell that, and I'm across the bay from you.
Smell-o-vision, damn it.
I get up and stealthily go check out the door. Winthorpe is there by my side on my shoulder, and I go and I check the lock to see if it's locked.
It is locked.
It is locked from the inside.
Yes.
Okay. And it looks like it was locked. I unlock it, open it, and take a peek out. And you see my head come out with the shoulder, and Winthorpe as well.
So as you kind of look out, you see way at the end of the hallway a member of the staff who's checking the last door, and then walks around the corner, and then you see Andraste pop her head out with a dagger from her door.
Hello? Are you going around checking door locks?
Why would I be going around checking door locks?
I
heard
somebody checked our door. I think it was a staff member.
Why is staff checking doors?
It's a good thing to ask them in the morning, yes?
didn't hear them checking doors, but something about the noise outside woke me up.
Would you like to go have a word with the concierge?
You know what? I really would.
Okay, you tell me how it goes. Go back inside.
Fine.
Was it?
Oh, hold on.
What the hell was it? Okay,
Okay.
actually, that was a good point.
As soon as Remy, you say, I'm gonna go back inside, Andraste, you see like a weasel, his head kind of sticking out from under his legs, and the door about to shut on him, and just like and jumps back inside.
All right, I'm actually going to follow the direction that I heard the footsteps going, and go along that way. I'm not wearing armor, which is probably not smart, but whatever. Dagger in hand, concealed a bit in my sleeve, but
Okay,
following that sound.
Perfect. As you round the corner, you actually do see an elderly gentleman dressed in staff uniform, just kind of checking a door and moving to the next one. Checking a door, moving to the next one. Checking the door.
Sir.
Hello. Hello, miss.
What are you doing?
Oh, I am making sure the doors are locked.
Why?
We would hate for anything to get stolen, so we check the doors at night.
Can I insight that?
You certainly.
Okay. 19.
Nice. Seems odd, but not super suspicious.
Interesting. All right. I'll settle back on my heels a little bit. Forgive me, I'm rather keyed up. I heard you outside my door and it woke me.
Apologies, ma'am. There are close to 200 guests at the hotel.
Not many.
Make sure that everything is as secure as possible.
Well, I appreciate that, I'm sure.
I will try and be quieter tonight or tomorrow night.
Much obliged. And I'll nod and go the other direction, but I'm not going back to my room just yet. I'm going to actually go down to the concierge and see if this is an official thing that this person is doing.
So yeah, you head downstairs, and the concierge is there. There are staff at 24 hours here, and you ask, and indeed that is a policy that they have, is they do verify the doors are locked.
It might be a wise idea to let guests know that when checking in, because it startled the hell out of me.
Oh, yes. We told. Right. We will not. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Much obliged.
Down like this.
Yes.
Oh, did they tell me that?
He's a darling boy, but he does forget to say things sometimes.
All right. With that, you return to bed. Everybody finishes their long rest.
I'll tell the boys what happened if anyone is still awake over there. Just tap on the door with a fingernail to see if anyone's still awake.
All right. And you wake up the morning with 2 inspiration. One from Tamago Tora, because he's always a fan of the shite hitting the fan.
Thank you, sir.
But that looks amazing.
From Alan Chan, who's awesome.
Oh,
What's
hey!
up, dude?
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
For that.
Man.
All right. I believe you had some left over from last week.
Last week, a month ago at this point.
It's 4, whatever it is. All right. So you wake up, you are fully rested, you are we've got Duke League coming in. 500 bits for suspicious Andraste.
Worthy cause.
Wisdom comes at a cost.
Everybody is restored. You are well rested. The beds were amazing. It was actually the best night of sleep you have had in months, being off of the ship without really any sort of danger about. And breakfast is included.
All right.
I'm up.
I'm up and dressed and equipped and ready to go. Go and get some breakfast.
I'm still without my armor.
I know. Will you please put it on?
After
Uzo
breakfast.
walks down to breakfast, serious, solemn look, and putting his braces on and straightens up. Rakis, Hoggleshite disappears in the morning, but his droppings still stay behind. Is there anything you can do about that? What a weird... never mind. I'm asking you about these things.
No,
I could help you with that, actually.
Your
Uzo.
weasel shit in my room.
You can actually tell the staff about it here, and they'll take care of it.
It
They-
is
no.
It is
They are going-
hilariously. It is hilariously unfortunate. No,
Well,
I don't want them to think that I did that, so I am going to pretend that nothing happened. And, if we make it back, then I will be more than happy to explain to them that a magical weasel left them some presents next to the carpet.
And
Happens every day.
One thing you've never told anybody is that although Bagal looks like a snake, he leaves dragon-sized poop.
I feel like we would have picked up on that by now.
Yeah, maybe.
that's a lot of shit.
We've been living.
You gotta retcon that all the
We've
way
been living in close quarters for months.
So
All right.
you guys
Just taking up the poop deck.
Food.
meet up for breakfast to discuss your plans and what you're doing. You are meeting Medusa very soon.
Yeah, and we'll give Remy the quick rundown, assuming he's sobered up at this point after a long night's rest.
You know, mostly it was good, except for one part of the evening when I was interrupted in my sleep cycle.
I saved your life.
Well, you're not wrong. Not in that instance, no, but in the past, perhaps.
You know,
Anyway.
Well, if he wasn't sober before, he is now. My breath could have been considered smelling salts.
It was something.
Yes.
Uzo stands up. Are we done? Everyone have a good laugh, a good night.
Hey,
Can we go?
You're right, buddy. It's okay. I'm sorry.
We'll get the maid to clean up the shit. I'm sorry, man. I really am. Hoggleshite. We call him that for a reason.
I'll reach over and put a gentle hand on Uzo's bicep and be like, take a deep breath. They don't mean anything by it.
Okay. And he looks down he points a finger at Ruckus, and then he points it over to Remy. Best behavior. Please, Captain.
Okay. I'm sorry. Bacon?
Yes. And he stands-
Food is brought out to you. You guys enjoy a meal. Unless you want to discuss strategy and plan, you guys head out on your way.
Now, basically, just fill Remy in on what's going on, but we don't need to roleplay that out.
yeah, we're talking strategy as we walk. I
So
assume
we're
just-
going to Medusa's to meet her, and to what end again? What are we going to do? We're going to go in a teleportation circle
So
to where?
Magehaven.
we are going to Magehaven because that's where Bahamut is being kept by powerful magic and guardians, as far as I can tell. Medusa is going to get us there under the cover of a teleportation circle in a safe location. And then from there, it is on us to fulfill the rest of the quest.
I do remember something from yesterday, and I really want to do this before we head out, if that's all right. But I saw the most gorgeous suit of armor, full plate, in the window. And I think it might be worth taking a quick look to see if it's something that could help us in Magehaven.
If
Armor in the window.
if it does something other than look good, then it could be beneficial. But armor seems counterproductive to your strengths that has gotten us to where we are before. Because
Not me.
armor is
Not me for this one here.
Well, I'm not going to turn down a new suit. That would be primo. I just invented that word. But I already have this deep armor of the Octopiers and this leotard of leadership from them as well. I love them. And if I can't find anything stronger than what I'm wearing, I'm not doing it.
Well,
But that doesn't mean I'm not going to stop and look first.
There you go.
well,
There.
also, we haven't a lot of money.
let's
I could
take a
sell
look
these.
and see what is available. It couldn't hurt to do another pass at provisions, especially those of the protective and healing kind.
I'm so sorry, Thomas. I tried.
And I like selling stuff.
I feel
to
like
Haynes.
Thomas wants us to check it out. That's my hunch.
So,
That's not my hunch.
Campaign 2 might take place in Port Thoria, so this little bit of world building.
Okay.
So you head on over to the currently titled Leather and Steel. Yeah, it's
What do they sell here?
Sex and protective armor,
Or sex.
but mainly sex.
Uzo goes up to the to one of the things, and it's a crop, and he's like, "What is this for horses? What is this?" All right, sorry.
So
You would know.
So it is open this early in the morning, and you walk in up the stairs into this vast showroom. And in fact, the thing that catches your eye is there are suits of armor here. Like, there's every sort of type of armor you could imagine on shelves, and you to your left, you kind of look over, and there is leather armors, and you see like racks of them on hangers, and there's chain armor, and there's just, it is more armor than you've really ever seen in your life. And a gentleman approaches. It is a short, stocky humanoid looking. It is a it's odd at first, but there's and welcome to the currently titled Leather and Steel.
You almost
Are
forgot
you
the name
looking
of your
for
own shop.
It may change by the time campaign 2 starts.
Good morning.
Well, Matt, look at you fine individuals. Are you looking to upgrade or change perhaps some of your armaments?
Show us the best you got.
Well, the best we got is whatever you want. You see, the way that this works is you choose an armor, you choose some enchantments, and you walk out in a brand new set of armor.
Enchantment?
How much? How many? What enchantments do you happen to have a list?
We do. We have lots of different options, which are for some reason not right here. It's on another Google document. Hold on, it's in the drive.
Would you be able to enchant items we already own and are wearing?
Yes, as long as they are not currently enchanted. Certainly.
Wait,
Oh.
no, yeah.
This is actually a much better title. The Perfect Fit, Arms and Armor Emporium.
I still don't know what you sell here.
Arms and armor. Yes, so we have different types of enchantment levels. We have enchantment level 1, enchantment level 2, enchantment level 3, and you get the idea. So forth and so forth with, but whatever. Yes.
Oh my God.
You see, if you combine, you can combine many different enchantments together. So if you want, let's say, cold protection and also quietness, we can make that happen. Or shadowed, as we call it in the business.
And you said you can't add an enchantment to a current set of armor. It would.
We can remove an enchantment that we have placed, and then add. I mean, if you have a plain set of armor, we can certainly enchant it. If you have something that is already done by another party, we unfortunately cannot make that work.
Understandable.
We have very, very interesting things. We have. See, I did all the weapons first. This is a weapon shop. Anyway, we have
Arms and armaments.
Resistance, if you would like to enchant, say, leather armor of cold resistance, or leather armor of fire resistance, or bludgeoning, in fact. If you don't want to get hit by hammers.
That is fascinating. I've never heard of anything like this.
Yes, we have a system of armor, and which is basically universal fit. We have certain levels. So we have small size. We have gnome and halfling sized, and then we can sort of adjust within a certain range, and then we can move up a size. And for instance, you miss several that would we can tailor to fit. If you want full plate. It takes only an hour to fit to you.
Wow. That is incredible.
The enchantment is done within that same hour.
Would you, an hour, we have other business, but these enchantments could pose useful. Would you be able to, say, enchant my shoes?
My fabulous hat.
At the moment, no. That is certainly something that we could look into. We have specific targets that the enchantments are made for.
Could you enchant a pistol?
A pistol?
And if so, how?
Oh, I see where you're going, I think.
I haven't used my left hand.
I believe we could. What type of enchantment would you like on it? For instance, we have one of the enchantments we have is Bane. So if you choose a particular type of person, it will do extra damage and a little bit easier to hit that person. If you dislike giants, for instance, you could have a giant Bane pistol.
What about silence?
I was about to
so
say
that it doesn't make
that.
noise.
Silence. Let me look over what we have thundering, which makes it louder.
No, the other way.
That would be fun, though.
No, we're already practically deafened by the damn thing every time it goes off.
In a
We
small
have
place.
flaming, which adds fire damage to it. We have flaming burst, which when we put it on a bow, the arrows actually explode into a fiery shrapnel.
Like a miniature fireball.
A very miniature fireball, but yes.
Yes.
Yes. We have frosty burst, keen, which is very deadly.
What is
We have-
keen?
It's been a while. It's been a
Do you
while.
have a
I
thesaurus?
didn't write anything about it. It is extra sharp, so it does additional slashing damage.
I think I like the direction you thought of. The boomstick being not so boomy would be extremely lethal in the right hands.
A quiet hand cannon every day.
That would be, I would pool my money for that.
Yes, speaking of,
Speaking
how much are these enchantments?
Oh, right. So enchantment level 1. So that is different levels, but enchantment level 1 is 500 gold pieces. If you combine 2 of those or choose an enchantment level 2, it is 2,000 gold pieces. 5,000 for enchantment level 3, 9,000 for 4, and it gets higher from there.
Yeah, you're right. We don't need to hear that.
But do you have that silencing thing?
We do not. That is not, unfortunately, part of this. But that sounds interesting. So we have. So you have a pistol, a hand cannon, if you will.
Exactly. And I pull it out in the improper way to show it to someone.
Uzo gently guides it to the floor.
Uzo got there before Andraste did. She's ducking.
Oh, it's not loaded. I don't think.
Yeah, that I also believe.
Also, always treat things like that as if they are. Always.
Okay. Right. Demonetizable. Totally.
So,
Can we give a 50-minute bathroom break or 10-minute bathroom break to figure out if we could get silenced?
Kaylee, the half-elf, half-dwarf, does not, in fact, have silence, but I can speak to the mages that we employ to see if we can add that to our repertoire. You're probably looking for, say, a 1-foot radius silence spell, essentially.
Yes.
I will ask the mages to see what they think, and perhaps we can have something for you in a year. It takes to make a new enchantment. Apologies, but
What is it, a vaccine? What? It can't be that absurd.
What?
I'm sorry.
Topical.
But if you do want its thundering to do an extra 1d6 sonic damage, you are certainly welcome to put that on. It imparts it to its ammunition.
That or more damage.
This is, you know what I'm hearing, Ruckus? I'm hearing that your booming blade, or someone's booming blade, should add the sonic to it.
Well, I don't know if we can put extra damage into something with a current enchantment on it. Say like this, and I pull out Kumara. Would you be able to enchant this?
And you can tell just immediately that this person knows the power that is within that sword. That is the sword of the gods. That is not something that we can work with.
What?
It's a pain in the ass is what it is.
What are the gods?
Excellent.
And in your mind, Remy, you just hear, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, I give him in my mind, or I give them a little wink as well. Just that kind of feeling.
So you don't actually wink?
No,
Okay.
but I'll say it out loud, right in front of Ruckus.
Okay,
Wink.
say it about any
I'm
sword.
envisioning that you wink to Kumara and you're looking at Uzo, and Uzo's like, what? What the hell?
What about this sword? And I call it, but not at them.
Oh, Twilight. Very interesting.
See? It's glittery.
Did you just come up with that name for it yourself?
This appears to be enchanted with Twilight. That is one of our custom enchantments that we have made.
That you have made. Did this sword come from here? Or was it enchanted here?
May I?
Yeah, you may.
He ended over. Oh, yes. I remember this.
Uzo lets go of Ruckus's hand with the gun and kind of like, you can raise it if you want. It's like, leans in. How did we come across this blade again?
I'm trying to remember myself, old friend.
We purchased it. Didn't we get it from Steam and Steel?
I hope so.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, so you probably just sold through them.
Did you say Steam and Steel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
We've seen some of their work. This is their flamberge.
Are those good? Hmms?
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, but somebody went to great lengths to make a flamberge in whatever world that Steam and Steel is from. Ship it here and have it enchanted like this, and then return with it.
Interesting.
And then it came into our hands in
Hands it back.
Faerun.
Faerun. Oh, yes, Toro. That's right.
Irregularly fated for my hands. Perfect.
Twilight is an enchantment level 2.
My goodness.
What other enchantment level 2s do you have?
Frosty Burst is one of my favorites. On command, Frosty Burst weapon is sheathed in frost. On a successful hit, the Frosty weapon deals 1d6 cold damage. And on a critical hit, if you hit the vital portions, ice shards erupt, doing 1d10 cold damage to the target.
Andraste, do you by any chance know what we will be facing and what they will be vulnerable to? It seems that ice might be something to secure.
Well, if we're dealing with these sorts of forces that we've dealt with before, fire does very little to them. Ice really didn't either, though. I mean, no, not in particular.
Yeah, I think I would say that you all sort of got the feeling that they were resistant to both cold and fire damage.
The Radiant was really what did the most damage because, I mean, it's a holy thing dealing with an unholy being.
Perhaps when you have more time and funds, you could see our complete listing on the DM's Guild. After I publish this. Anyway.
Yeah.
Quick side question. So let's say we have any culinary items on our person. A spoon, a spork, a fork, possibly a butter knife, theoretically. How could you enchant that? And how much would it be? Feels like it should be cheaper, right?
I do not have enough alcohol for this.
I guess a knife is really just a dagger. We can enchant daggers, right? We could, in fact, make what would be very fun would be a Vorpal butter knife.
What is that?
What? Yes.
Vorpal?
Yes. A Vorpal weapon. There is a chance for decapitation every time you use it on your opponent.
Okay. How much?
Like
What's-
that's true of actually any opponent that Ruckus is up against. Is there's chance of decapitation?
But now there's a better chance of it.
What chance is there? Are we talking 1 in 10, 1 in 2?
Well, 1 in a 5% chance.
A 1 in 20.
Yes, a 1 in 20.
I could beat those odds depending on how many people I attempt to decapitate.
I think just with the law of numbers, it's gonna pay itself off at some point.
All like 17,000 gold or whatever. A Vorpal sword is really expensive.
But a Vorpal butter knife could be quite the percentage of it. So much more less effort.
I mean, it is in EL10. So
It's a what?
An eel?
EL10, enchantment level 10.
Yeah.
Why even show us this then?
Well,
Never.
if you had 200,000 gold, you know.
Uzo looks down at the way he's dressed and he's like, okay, yes.
I mean,
I don't mean
I
to side
would-
quest us.
I would, in fact, I would reduce our fee just to see that happen. To be honest with you,
Perhaps when we return, we can discuss that further. But we do have business, gentlemen.
Yes, demons to kill, gods to release, all that.
Devils, I
No,
think.
yes.
But yes.
Normal stuff.
come back to the Perfect Fit Arms and Emporium. When you have...
Oh, you've rebranded
Yes, in fact, yes.
so quickly.
I did kind of like leather and steel just because it tied into steam and steel back in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
So
But
that,
it could be confused with pretty much any BDSM shop or something.
Yeah. Oh, the basement. Leather and steel is in the basement.
That makes sense.
Yes, my cousin runs that, and it's a little bit different.
Or was that the other entrance in the alley? Got it.
all right, shall we, gentlemen?
I do.
Let us away.
All right. And with that, we're gonna take a quick break.
On what has become essentially a shopping episode.
Did we get as far as you wanted?
Why did I plan as much as I did? That's
You kept dangling that shop in front of us. You
Yeah,
had no one to blame
Felt
but
like
yourself.
you
Yeah.
wanted us to check out the shop. That's the
I did want you to, kind of see it. So that is a
Very cool shop.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Out
that
of
is-
everyone's price range.
Yeah, but well, I mean, if you had money,
I could sell
essentially,
stuff.
It allows you to choose the enchantments that you want to put. So instead of the DM finding items and hoping that they're the what the players are thinking about, you have the opportunity to custom build your armor or your weapons. So
Sweet.
That's really cool.
if you want a warhammer that has the throwing enchantment on it, which gives it range, and the returning enchantment, it's a returning warhammer. If you then want to add, say, thundering damage to it, or fire damage, or something like that, you can build it up. And as you, the enchantment levels progress similar to spell levels for clerics and wizards. So at third level, you unlock enchantment level 2.
Nice.
Anyway, so that's just a little supplement that I'm working on. That will be definitely part of campaign 2, as well as the Guild of the 5 E's.
Yeah, well, we'll be like level 1 or 2, so we won't get anywhere near that for a while. Did I hear that she's a half elf, half dwarf? Did you pull that from Tasha?
I did not. In fact, I did not. I thought of that, and then 3 days later, I heard, a back episode of Critical Role where they got on a ship and the captain was a half dwarf, half elf. I'm like, son of a gun. I guess. But yeah,
You and Matt Mercer are on a similar wavelength, which is cool.
Just neither of us have any clue. Well, that's not true. I have no clue. But I'm going to use the bathroom. And we're all going to use the bathroom. We're going to come right back here. And we're actually going to get to Magehaven tonight very soon. So we'll be right back.
Gonna piss.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Warren's Face.
Food gulp.
Oh, the music's been playing this whole time. That's a thing. Sorry, everyone.
It made you think we were doing something.
Wait, the music that's a feature, not a bug.
Not a default.
No, it was the wrong music that was playing the whole time. So.
Battle music while we were shopping for.
Was this theme music?
Yeah, it was 1 2.5 minute song that was looping. Why didn't somebody say anything?
I'm so sorry, guys.
I love it.
That's in the final edit.
That was the most intense shopping episode ever.
Can we afford this armor? Bum, 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 bum.
Also,
you
we
can say something in chat and I'll see it.
yeah. Also, we really need to make a Chaos Agents Kitty a Chaos Agents bingo card at some point, and one of the squares needs to be a 30-minute unnecessary shopping trip.
Yeah. That's the free one in the center.
No, that's Uzo's magnificence.
Nice.
Everyone gets that.
Whether you asked or not.
Whether we want it or not.
All right, so you guys make your way over to the White District, which is named due to the white stone that is used to build most of the religious buildings in this part of the town. And you make your way to the back of this grand Remy. You see this for the first time. These columns out in front of this rotunda type building, and you guys head around to the back. Find your way. The door is shut. You knock.
Uzo knocks on the door.
A little time goes past before it opens up and Annabelle is on the inside. All right, you made it. Let's go in. I have no idea what Annabelle sounded like, so. No.
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, another one. Okay.
This is
Didn't even
Remy.
tell them about me.
She
We forgot.
I saw you last
she
night.
works the streets.
That's the wrong way to phrase that.
It's kind of accurate.
That is really the wrong way to phrase that.
I apologize. Slade Remington, captain of the Irregular Phoenix.
Annabelle, a servant of Bahamut. She is dressed in leather armor and a black cloak.
Streetwalker.
I will stab you.
Okay, fine. But it would be worth it.
I think
she leads you in back to the room that you were in before. So around you do enter the. My brain stops working somewhere around 11 in the morning.
Mood.
So you do see there are pews. It is a church. This is a church to Bahamut. There is a stone statue of Bahamut up, on the main dais. Is that what it is? I don't know. And then there's a lectern. There's the whole thing's a podium. I won't get into lectern versus podium. Anyway, you are led into the basement, and in the basement, you enter in the same room you had before with that table out, except it is cleared. It is ready. You see Medusa again in battle attire.
Uzo, yeah.
So this is. I see you have brought your friend Remy.
Yes,
Slade.
this is Captain of the Irregular Phoenix, the vessel we sailed in on, and our friend Remy the Fox, Slade Remington. This is Medusa.
It is an honor to meet you.
She shakes your hand, and you too.
Uzo,
It's a friend of mine.
As I was gonna take her hand, I wanted to also remove my hat as I went over to take her hand.
Okay, so
Uzo sort of nods at the respectful gesture and after she shakes the hand, Uzo kind of puts his arm on her bicep in the same way Andraste did to him. Did you rest? Are you feeling strong? I brought you back a muffin from the hotel. Continental breakfast, I believe. If you are hungry. If not, that was foolish. I'll leave it here in case you get
No,
hungry.
It looks delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you feeling up for this?
Yes. I make this journey several times a year.
We will follow your lead.
Before we go, you have the deed.
Yes. And
You look through. Yeah,
Oh, for the
it's
love of
there.
God.
pulls it back out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And you are ready for this.
As ready as we can possibly be.
I do have a question before we get going. Do you,
Yes.
Maduse, do you recognize this? Pull out Kumara.
Stop. He's pulling that out again.
I do not.
Don't. For some reason I thought you might.
Not even a little?
Maybe because she does not know what is inside of it. Would it be too much trouble to let her touch the hilt?
Yes, stab her. I mean, yes, let her touch it. That I also forgot that's how you communicate.
I
Uzo
hold
shoots
the-
daggers at Ruckus.
Yeah.
hold the hilt out.
In her hand, and it's suddenly just this surprise on her face. And
She impressed.
no, and you see her face go through several different emotions of sort of at first confusion and then understanding and sympathy towards the end. And she hands it back to you. It has been a long while since I have spoken to Kumara. He said a mage by the name of Radigan put him in that sword.
And apparently this sword is the key. Or so I've been told.
Good. Well, I don't know what that means.
Oh, well, then you're in good company.
They're willing. We'll figure out as we go.
Ratigan and Kumara have unfinished business that we will hopefully help Kumara see through after our endeavor. Or maybe during if we are lucky.
Very well. You ready for this?
You can bet all of our lives we're ready.
No, but we must proceed onward anyway.
I
Confidence,
don't.
team.
Uzo gets up close to Medusa and hugs her, and then pulls back out and grabs her by the shoulders gently. Says, "I don't know if I am ready, but for the first time in a long time, I am genuinely happy. Whatever is on the other side of this portal is not ready for us."
There's a 3-hour hike at the other end of this.
I'm not ready for that.
You bet it is. After
Oh.
3 hours.
Let's go. So and she leads you into through a number of other small chambers into a octagonal room at the end, and inside there is a gentleman in white robes with a book and is just finished. And there is a permanent, you can see, circle in the floor, all of these arcane ruins, and he has just finished filling the last little thing with chalk. And he says, when this circle is complete, you have but 6 seconds to get through. Do not hesitate. Understood?
Understood.
I will
Podcast
follow
listeners,
you.
we all nodded.
Yeah.
Aye.
Uzo looks to Medusa and says, I will step through as soon as you do.
We will all step through together.
I swear to God, if you feign jumping through for even a millisecond after me, I'll be very upset.
And he, on the ground, and just the sigils light up all around this 10-foot circle.
Ooh.
And as the last ones connect into the center, it opens. You can't see through, but you see that it is a portal. And Medusa grabs your hand, forgetting that you can see, much like in the old, in the past, when she has led you, and in, and brings you in with her.
Uzo smiling jumps through as well. Yeah.
Right in.
Yeah, as soon as I see her start to move, I start moving and go through it.
Gotcha.
God damn it, I'm the last one!
You are the last one. And just as you get in, closes right behind you. And you all have a weird sense of falling. I mean, it is like, the stomach turning, and just suddenly you are standing in a naturally carved cavern. A circle on the ground as the lights fade away. You can see that there is still a circle drawn there, carved into the stone, but it is no longer active. The roof of this natural cavern has been worked and carved. You see, and it is 15 feet up in a dome shape. And off in the distance, you see a combination of worked and natural stone snaking off into the distance, and Medusa pulls up basically a rock with light on it. And, all right, we can go.
Take just a second to catch my breath, because I don't think we've ever done proper teleportation magic before, and that was disorienting. It's just like lean against the wall for a second, like, okay, I think I left my breakfast back in Port Thoria.
Ruckus, did you wait? Did you not come immediately through?
You were all so quick. I was weighed down by, the armor. I don't think I'm wearing the armor also.
I heard you could lose an arm that way.
Luckily I didn't. And we can all say I haven't. But in addition to that, I think that was kind of fun. Anybody else on my page? No.
So,
Yay, nay.
Uzo, as we come through and she pulls out the rock, Uzo and Medusa start to take like 1 or 2 steps forward, and we hear Andraste kind of brace herself, and then Ruckus and Remy conversation. So we lock eyes and look back at you guys, and then I just kind of look at her like shrugging, like, yeah, that's them.
I did plenty of that for you guys.
Yeah. And I'll like shake myself. I'm like, all right, I think I'm reoriented. Which direction?
I believe
Meeny, miny,
this way.
Eeny, meeny, follow Medusa.
Mosa.
Always a wise decision.
So,
Just bring up the rear. Seriously, man. Don't pull that shit.
My rear.
Uzo's gonna have detect magic on as he walks.
Yeah, and I'm watching as we go, just like on high alert, because
yep. So for the first 20 to 30 minutes. It is a single corridor that has been pretty much worked. As in, like, it's carved. You get to some spaces where there's natural sort of big rock portions, but it doesn't branch, doesn't deviate. As you travel further and further, you do get, and in fact, Medusa slows you down as you come across a larger chamber and says, everyone, you must be quiet. Reaches into her bag and she pulls out just this, I don't know, 10-pound piece of meat.
Oh, can I
And
have that?
throws it. And it's off in the distance, and she just holds up a finger. As a creature lumbers out from around. It is a Andraste, you would know it's a bear. So kind of just like lumbers out.
Just like staring at it like, the fuck is a bear doing here?
And then and it kind of like it sniffs it and looks over, grabs it, and just kind of walks off with it. And you guys, Andraste, Medusa leads you past. Keep moving.
I tap Medusa on the shoulder. Okay, just enlighten me. Why couldn't we keep the meat? Kill the bear. Take the bear meat. I feel like people could have taken it. Please, elaborate.
Because the bear is our guardian.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
So no, like, meat sustenance would have come from it. Spiritual guardian?
Are you hungry?
He's always hungry. Don't
just saving-
He's always hungry. Pay him no mind.
Our captain usually keeps an eye on him.
Sorry, I keep what on me?
Our trusted captain usually keeps an eye on this one named
Oh.
Ruckus so that he does not blow
I've
our
got these
cover.
little arms and he's got those long legs. I'm sorry, I tried to grab him.
All right, children.
We walk
Well,
away.
that's kind of offensive, but okay.
You're all children to me. Let's keep going.
I accept it. I'm youthful on the inside.
Okay, well, come at me when you're buying in like a children's medium.
All right. So you continue to travel through these tunnels, through these depths, and you Medusa, as you get far enough out, she does start to explain in a hushed tone that they constructed. It's essentially 5 miles from the temple. So you are 20 miles. So yeah, it's 10 miles out, actually. And the reason they did that is because there are, in Magehaven, there are magical wards and basically spells that can detect when certain magics are applied. The mages are very paranoid, especially about teleportation magic. So she also explains to you, Andraste, the dangers of being an elf in Magehaven, where essentially elves are captured on site. The city of Magehaven was built on tribal ground, and the elves are upset.
Can't imagine why.
It was the prime location for a defensible city, and well,
And to the mages that justified stealing land.
from what I understand, the elves were not here at the time. The elves claim most of the continent, but they
We
I am not an elf of this land, and I'm going to try to stay as uninvolved as possible. If it is necessary for us to go to the surface, we'll deal with that problem then.
Medusa, we might be retreating from the city expeditiously. I wanted to ask you, with the story of the elves who captured or what had this land taken from them, if they were looking to reclaim it, we might be giving them an opportunity within the next couple of days. Maybe waiting for a signal on the outskirts of the city, if that is something that they were interested in doing.
Let me get this straight. Wait, are you implying we should meet with them and collaborate with them?
No. I am implying that releasing whatever it is we find down there would probably draw most of the city's attention. So instead of focusing on us inside, if they could be warding off the invasion at their gates, that might give us some cover to retreat.
I mean, I don't even know where we're going or what the plan is exactly.
Yes, you do. We filled you in, you know?
Twice now.
We should fill them in.
Neither do I, but all options are good ones, I believe, at this point.
I mean, I suppose that it depends on how much of a disturbance this will cause, whether it's contained underground or whether it's something that's going to break through and shoot a beam of light into the air or some shit like that.
I swear to God, if we get a blue beam into the sky.
do not know what will happen if you are successful. But starting a war when there is a truce does not seem like a wise decision.
I will trust your judgment on that.
Magehaven is not a very nice place. There are nice people, and there are bad people. Just like
Sounds
everyone.
like my kind of town.
I was going to say, it sounds like Waterdeep or any other town that we've been in.
They're gonna
What?
love us.
More like Baldur's Gate, maybe.
Well,
Oh,
like
that was less nice people.
That sounds like Magehaven if they're going to capture an elf on site.
What do you propose is our plan of attack?
I have not been past the entrance. I have not been onto the property. I do not know.
Walking up to the gate and knocking on the front door is then just as viable as tunneling underneath. We'll figure it out. We have you. This is where the Foxy Irregulars shine.
Well, and it's magically... It makes sense for it to be magically warded. I don't think we'd be able to get in without that deed that you have.
I
To
have not
Is-
been
That first
able
barrier.
to pass the threshold of the property.
So what's the plan? Do we go down to the city, present our deed, and say, just here to, go into our home?
No, I think the deed is supposed to allow you access. You should use it and try and gain access. And don't let anyone see you.
I don't understand how that works. Is there
Maybe.
no guard checking papers at the entrance?
No, it is just a house.
That requires
No,
the deed for entry.
What about the entrance of the city, Magehaven?
Oh, that's why we use the circle. We
We're
are,
going in underneath.
yeah, They don't need to know who comes and who goes.
Okay.
What they don't know won't stab them in the back.
Or it might.
I am so confused because Magehaven is still quite a ways away from us, right?
So
Have a
as
teleport.
you are still walking, and walking further, you enter a series of natural caverns. Not so much caverns as tunnels, and eventually a river. You cross a sturdy but still a rope bridge heading over this fast-moving river underneath you, and you hit the other side. The tunnel continues, and eventually you get to stone worked, and it is more and more natural, or more and more carved and created, until you get to a solid door. When we crossed the bridge, we entered the city.
Welcome to Magehaven.
And
What
she
are we
pulls
waiting for?
out a key, and it's a big key, and just pushes in. Again, she's holding, just this light, and moving in, and moves in.
Yeah, and
to the
I'm
base.
leaning. I'm leaning a bit to look past her with dark vision to see if there's anything weird happening.
So it opens up, and you look in with dark vision, and you see a cellar open up in front of you. There are casks lining one wall. There are crates, similar to the basement at the temple in Port Thoria. And you are led in through a number of doorways.
Detecting magic the whole way.
So as you detect magic, the door that you came in was magical, as is the key that she is holding. You actually look at her armor is magical, and the sword at her hip is also magical. You make your way. She leads you up the stairs again into a space that looks very similar to the one that you were in Port Thoria. It is still less used than you would imagine a church to be. There are a number of people that are sort of milling about that don't seem to, they notice you, and kind of one person is with the broom, watches, and Medusa just gives them a little wave, and they continue on.
Yeah, as we come up the stairs, I'm gonna draw my hood up to cover my hair and my ears.
Do you want my hat of vermin?
No, I really don't.
You don't. It's not full of vermin. You just have the option to pull vermin out of it whenever you want. It's okay.
I should be all right, Ruckus. Just keep being you, and no one will ever look at me.
Okay, let me know. And then I saunter off, but in a wide,
Ruckus.
disruptive way.
Ruckus is the master of unattuned items.
Yeah, I have so many that I can only have 3 attuned. I gotta have more crazy
Everything that
shit
he
than
finds
that.
interesting is not attuned things.
Wait here. I will check the time. And she actually heads to a similar doorway around the side, and kind of looks out. It is dark, but there are still people about. We should wait until
Dark
early.
as in it's nighttime.
Yes.
We traveled time as well as space.
Which
We
is
are
distance.
further north here. Quite a ways further north.
What
And
I mean,
is the opportunity we are waiting for?
The odds of us traveling here at day are the same of us traveling at night. You know what I mean? If we're traveling through time regardless.
If she says we should wait, we should wait. I am just waiting for the cue. Whatever it is.
Where would we be doing the waiting?
Downstairs. And she leads you back downstairs into another room, and it starts. And she holds out her hand, and a bonfire starts in the fireplace. She throws a couple of logs nearby. As the cold you can sort of start to feel in here is obvious, and the fire warms you up. We should wait here.
Once we are ready to go, where are we headed? Follow the deed, or are we searching for a landmark?
Actually, on a table, she rolls out a map, and it's a map of a city, and she describes, looking top down over this map, there is a river in the top right quadrant, a wall around the entire city, which is pretty massive. The center is this building complex that has its own wall, sort of like the building is a wall that goes around the whole thing, and there you can see in the middle that there's on the map it's just blank, so it's like so whoever drew the map doesn't know what's on the inside, and that, she points out, that is the school, that is the Citadel of Magehaven. Here we are in the White District, and it is a walled off section. And she explains that this section of the city was walled off to keep all religion separate. And she basically shows you where, a path through out the gate in the courtyard in front of the Citadel, to the right up into Upper Town. Past that, there is a number of hills written on this map. In that area, there is a square that is drawn out, and it's a corner lot. So it's basically it's easy to find. She draws out a couple of shapes that, she points out. You will know exactly what buildings those are when you get to it. So you do have to go past the river, into Upper Town, and to the northeast of the city.
Got it. So Uzo is solemnly nodding, very dialed in and focused on what he has to. He's just mentally taking notes. Yeah, he's dialed in.
Are there guards? Are there checkpoints between where we begin and where we need to be?
Extra lives, perhaps?
The place you will have to worry the most is right outside the White District. We will have to open those gate doors, and that will potentially draw eyes. Unless we climb a wall.
Ruckus can actually walk up them.
Wink, Cappy!
I can go on his back.
And I can teleport to the other side.
With somebody.
With an extra person, yes. But
Okay, that would cut off quite a bit of
that indeed. I am very hesitant to use any magic in such a magical place, only because my fear is that they will detect such disturbances. Is that accurate?
Most specifically, teleportation magic. So if
And-
you are moving spaces,
They'll know.
That is exactly what that is.
So would a bag of tricks count as well? Beings, animals, creatures being created out of almost nothing.
what kind of tricks are in the bag?
Animals that come out of almost nothing. Pretty much like balls that could be shaped, maybe red on top and white on the bottom. I don't know. But they basically form into beings. Pocket monsters. But they're creatures. But
How big are these creatures?
they could range from weasel to very large elk. That could be very distracting.
And most of an axe beak.
And we haven't named a lot of them. Some of them.
Perhaps, perhaps just going out the gate is the best way. Do you have any invisibility magic?
I have Alta Self.
I do, but once I move, it dissipates, and it's only in the cover of darkness.
What if you were in my shadow, on my back, and I was walking? I don't know. I'm trying to stretch the rules of plausibility.
Ruckus carries a wall.
I got a good strength on me.
I mean, Ruckus, he can already scale the wall in question, right?
Of course. And when you speak to me, you might as well be speaking to a wall.
Some days.
Was that a self-burn?
It was. It was.
You have come a long way, Ruckus. I'm proud of you.
I had an arc, I guess.
Perhaps going over the wall is a better idea.
Now, I can be quite stealthy. So, if it's hiding in the shadows, that'll do it. I'm fine with that.
Could I throw you?
Don't force the
If
half-
magic detects... No, listen. If they detect magic, maybe they won't detect a good old-fashioned throw. Am I insane?
I think that we should allow Ruckus to carry Androste over the wall. Remy will do what he does best. And I will figure something out. Maybe walk right through the front.
All right.
I suppose the real question is, what are we afraid of that people will see as we walk out? Are we most concerned about them seeing an elf in the midst of Magehaven? Or are we concerned about them seeing people come out of the Temple of Bahamut?
We are concerned most about the elf.
Yes, I figured. Right.
So
Move in the shadows. You should be fine.
I think I can talk my way through the gate with the deed, laying claim to a patch of land here.
Well, the
Could
concern
you-
is leaving this district. Yes.
Right outside of the White District, yes. Open the doors and encounter trouble.
We are free to travel. I mean, we are not prisoners behind this wall. When it was constructed, they were the clerics of the time when this was constructed did not were not as sympathetic to the mages at the time. We are allowed to travel. We are not prisoners.
Okay. Well, then just have to hide on Droste.
Yeah.
Hide on Droste. How do we do that?
Wait, you didn't... Let's say, theoretically, in these past few days Oh, wait, no. Anyway, if you had a night free...
Have you already stumped yourself?
Yes, but if you had a night free, Androste, would you be able to prepare a spell by morning that could help you transform?
That's not usually in the cleric bag of tricks.
I
my
don't know
friend.
what is.
What if I got on your shoulders? Now listen.
What if we got 3 kobolds?
I'm
Put the
listening.
cloak down. I just look like a very tall. I look like a full ling.
Ruckus,
have a-
can't you transform the way she looks?
I only have Alter Self, but I do have a cloak of many fashions, which can be that trench coat you're looking for.
Exactly. Ruck is helping out. Look at that.
We are teams.
God above.
I promise I will be very persuasive.
I think that probably the easiest and least likely to encounter complications way to handle this is to have a hood up and you lot distract people while I keep moving. They can't see I'm an elf if they never stop long enough to see my ears.
Fair enough.
I suppose we could create a bit of a distraction.
Do you want
I
to...
count on it.
Fine. I will alter self into an older man.
Ruckus,
Ethan?
I may. Wait, unless they detect it. It's been detected
Yes.
before.
they will see right through that. I don't think that masking yourself in magic is an answer. What I think, Ruckus, is that, and stay with me for this, we walk through like normal individuals and you keep your mouth shut.
Too risky.
Okay. He turns
Okay.
around, Uzo turns around, throws his hands up. I tried.
But it's
Don't
just
worry. Let's
crazy
just
enough
go.
to work.
Let's just go. Andraste will keep her hood up, and we will improvise when we get there with whatever assets we have at the time. Yes. So let's see what the situation is. But I like the idea that we just try and make it through like we're absolutely normal. And if push comes to shove, I can always ask the gods some question, and you guys keep moving, and I'll catch up.
Do you think my name would hold any clout here?
No.
Shit.
I
We're
think
in
the
a whole
exact
other
opposite.
world.
The Quinn family. We existed at one point. We were nobles.
Here?
I think the people
I
who
don't know.
hunted your family might have made a name for themselves here.
We could tell them we finished their name so that way the Quinn name could continue.
Let's try to take the simplest way of this.
Fair enough.
Let's not overcomplicate it.
I'm
Okay.
down.
As much as I know you love overcomplicating things.
Do I
Onward,
overthink
then? Onward? Yes?
Onward.
Well, Medicine was saying when it's darker, when there are few people about.
No, that's right.
So it takes you a few hours to argue.
Yeah,
And
it always does.
time to move on. So you guys are going to head out the main door, follow the path on the map. Are you sneaking or are you just walking like you belong?
What is the
blending.
mix between the two?
I'm strutting.
I think walking like we belong, just because if it's all about the air of confidence. If you pretend like you belong, people are less likely to stop you.
But can I suggest to all of us, throw on all of our hoods so that way they will be like, oh, all of them like their hoods on, not just
It's
one
freezing
of us.
outside.
It's fucking cold. Everyone has their hoods and hats on.
No one specified.
It's
Oh,
way north, and it was cold in Port Thoria.
Ah.
This is like going into Alaska in January temperature.
Oh. I need to get
Maybe
out more.
Have you been in Alaska in December? It's just as bad as it is in January.
January, February, awful. At least in the Midwest. December.
Yeah,
was
no,
so bad.
exactly. Like in Fairbanks, January is when it hits 40 below and stays there for a couple weeks.
All right, so I'm thinking about what check to make this because it's an act natural check.
Performance?
If you make me do performance, please no.
I will take a performance, charisma check, or stealth.
I like stealth to blend in and act normal. I like it.
My stealth is higher. Yeah.
My stealth is slightly better than my charisma.
My performance
That's
is
not
better.
saying much.
Bada boom. Shit.
Wow. Well, Uzo's out of place, but I think
Do we have
still
any
kind of
inspo?
normal.
God damn it. Yes, we have inspo.
Cards as well?
We do have a card. Well, that's an attack.
Yeah,
thought we had
16
two.
on attack. You do have inspiration. You've got.
We-
I
We currently
rolled a
have
30.
Of course you.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually playing
Cool.
a rogue bard in one of my other games, and with Pass Without a Trace, she got a 40 stealth. at
Oh
one
my
point.
god.
She was unfreaking stoppable.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you like to inspire anything?
I would
take a
really
reroll.
like to inspire mine, please.
Andraste first, yeah.
Drastic for a full reroll.
Okay, 16, much better.
16,
Do we have enough?
30, 11 and 10, or 11 and 10.
We have 5 currently, so we could drop a d6 into someone, or do a full reroll, or drop a d6 into 2 people.
I don't know what
Should
a D6.
reroll Warren.
Yeah.
We're pretty close. It's either way. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna reroll it.
Do it.
Go for it.
18.
Nice.
All right.
All right, so that's 3 successes and 1 failure. As a group check, you guys start off a little sketchy as you are coming out of the doorway. You don't realize that there is a lip on the door, and you kind of stumble a little bit out first. Kind of straighten up. Your hood stays up. Couple of the guards. So when you come out of that door, to your left is the main gatehouse, and the gates are closed. And there are guards all over that area. A couple of them kind of turn and look, and then as soon as you kind of like shrug it off and start walking, they just turn back looking. You make your way through this. So this is an open area, much like was in Port Thoria, where in the daytime there is probably a market that would be here, but it is deserted at this point. Everybody give me perception checks.
Boom, baby. Shit. That was better.
23.
Dang. All right, so
21.
so as you are
Say
walking,
it out loud for the podcast, people.
19.
natural 20.
Damn,
Natural 20.
ready.
Nice.
So as you are walking, succeed on a saving throw. I've got a bunch of like -8 after a saving throw, -12 after saving throw. You're like, no, I succeed. If we get to any of these cards. No. So you guys, as you are moving through this area, at first it looks deserted. But with your keen senses, you do start to see there are individuals that are, you see off across the way, so it's hard to see, but 2 figures. Can't make them out, but you can tell that they're doing some sort of clandestine meeting in the shadows. You continue to move through. They separate and go off in different directions. You wind your way through alleyways to kind of stay behind. It is dark. There's a little bit of light here and there, so you are staying out of direct light, but not in complete darkness. And you make your way up into Upper Town. Here you pass a couple of stores. You actually pass the storefront that is the Blue Coat Supply Company. You pass that, you head off a little bit further away until you hit an area that spreads out, and they're actually, instead of townhouses and row houses, you actually get to single manors, single residences with yards. Most of them have walls around, and on the map you kind of see where this particular lot is, and you find it. It is pretty easy to find out. It is there is a lamp post that is out front. The lamp is lit. It looks like an immaculate, amazing house. The lawn is manicured. There is a cobblestone path leading from the edge. There's a wrought iron fence with a small little gate. It's going around, and there's a cobblestone path that leads up to the front door. There are 2 pillars holding up a porch above it. It looks like it was built yesterday.
Yeah. Uzo kind of holds up his hand to stop him. Is this odd to anyone else?
Very much so.
Would it be illusion?
Detects magic, Uzo. Detects magic on what is
Detects magic, like every blade of grass, everything is magic.
Uzo shields his eyes and kind of holds. Whoa. This place is hot.
What sort of magic? Is it an illusion like you thought it was?
I love it.
Is that what I get the sense of? Like,
Yeah, it is illusionary magic.
this is a complete mirage, illusion magic. Yes. What's behind it, I cannot discern.
Well, I imagine we'll find out.
Just assume nothing's real.
Just go deed first, yes?
Only you could make that sound filthy.
Oh, was that a joke? I
mean-
did not sense the humor.
Okay.
I would like to smirk and subtly fist bump the Remy.
Did Medusa stay behind inside?
Yeah.
I'd like to, obviously there was kind of like a solemn no words said, just kind of eye exchange before we hopped out and embarked. But Uzo pulls out the deed, looks at Remy and he shrugs, and he kind of walks forward into the illusionary plane.
All right. So you walk forward through these wrought iron gates that open as you approach. And that is where we're going to pick it up next time.
There it is.
My balls!
Before it is revealed what is on the inside, we will take a break. It is East Coast time, very late.
Almost 1 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah, pretty close.
You hero.
As soon as we step through.
This, mate.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I'll make time for this. You stop it just as soon as like Uzo steps off and literally face plants into hell. That's the gate. Yeah.
So we will see. We'll see what's on the other side.
Are we back with us next week, or are we going to wait till the new year?
Good question.
I believe that Uzo, that's a question for you. We will find out if we're back next week, or if we were off until the new year. I think that we're off till the new year.
I'm here.
You're here?
I'm here.
All right, we got one more in us.
Fuck yeah.
Do it.
I'm
one
here.
more before
Let's
the end of the
fucking do it.
All right.
Boss hand.
So next week we will get through this, because I had thought that we would get to this point halfway through before the break.
And then you dangled shopping in front of us.
Yeah,
You kept mentioning the store. I was like, there's something. Go into the store, guys.
Thomas has got a mean dangle.
That is not a nice thing to say about another man, sir.
It's a compliment, actually. We're deal hunters too. You can't dangle those deals in front of us.
I wonder if that silence enchantment might not be worth something to the proprietor for us suggesting it, and we get like a finder's fee type of thing.
We should.
Because I mean, clearly he hadn't thought of it beforehand.
If we write the copyright before they actually try and attempt to finish the spell, do we get money?
So
What court are you going to prove that in?
I don't know. Whatever medieval court we're using in Thomas.
So the enchantments are actually made in the college in Magehaven.
Oh, of course they are.
It is. Students learn enchantment, right? And they. So the way that it works. Is that there are. Do I give this away? Do I not give this away? Anyway, so you get to build your own enchantments, and there are bank-like tubes that are magically like. Oh. So you order an enchantment, and then.
Like those cool. Pneumatic tubes that the bank things come through.
Yeah, exactly. So and then it's an enchantment scroll, and they enchant the item. You walk out with it.
That is a really long way for an enchantment to come.
Well, it doesn't actually come through a tube. The tube is fake.
No, they're so. I love the idea that they are so against any sort of teleportation that they use these manual tubes to.
or if there's teleportation, it's very strictly controlled.
Like Tommy Boy, right?
I was thinking Elf, but exactly.
I was thinking Elf as well.
Haven't seen Elf.
Yeah.
Have you seen Tommy Boy?
Is it worth it? Is that one actually worth it? Because
Watch Elf.
Yeah.
Watch Elf.
Watch Elf.
It's a wonderful Christmas film.
It's Will Ferrell at his peak. After that, it's getting niftier.
That tells me nothing. I don't like Will Ferrell.
He's a little one note, right, Aaron? He's a little one note in Elf.
He is, but we loved him nonetheless for a time. Hey
guys, if you look on Netflix, they actually have the movies that made us for the Christmas holidays, and they have one on Elf actually, and it was really cool because he wasn't a big movie star. He hadn't done any of his films yet. He was just like this SNL guy. And just before Elf broke is when he did, I think, Old School. So that was like the first one. So he was pretty young for it. Check it out.
It's a classic.
My boy Blue.
People stealing our shtick, man. Samus, you should sue them. We did this first.
What?
Wait, over what?
What are you talking about?
Movie, film, fucking Christmas favorites. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, let's sue them regardless.
Yeah.
Let's sue Netflix. They'll settle for peanuts, but peanuts are millions to us. So yeah, let's do it.
If you don't sue us, you can make a movie for us, and we'll give you the money. Okay.
Aaron and Warren started Movie Talk, but that's a Chaos Agents thing, and we came up with.
That's right. You guys owe us the patent for that.
No one else on the history of the internet was doing this. Sorry, Roger Ebert. This is us.
You don't own us.
Not the way that you guys do it.
I don't know if they'd want to own us, but now you can't.
You guys got to have me on. Come on.
We already got plans, bro.
I don't know. What is this?
For all the
amateur hour? I don't know.
What do you know about Venom? Tom Hardy's Venom.
Does anyone want to know anything about Venom?
No.
That's the right question.
That was terrible. I didn't see the whole thing because I couldn't stand it, but just that movie.
It's the thinnest of plots.
It's
the
awful.
absolute
I'm
thinnest of plots.
almost grateful I couldn't get onto that set. I did try that and Bumblebee. I tried because it filmed here in the Bay Area, but couldn't get onto that
I
set.
heard Bumblebee got really good reviews, and then I went to finally watch it, and I couldn't make it through the first 10 minutes.
What was Bumblebee?
What?
Transformers, right?
Transformers movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
it's
you go.
Transformers. It was like a
forgot about
prequel
that.
to the Transformers films.
You're right. It was better than, but it was
It's like, we've never been to Earth, but here is an Earth car.
There's only so many shapes in the universe, I guess.
We guessed right.
All right. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. We're gonna go work tomorrow. Thank you guys for sticking with us, for watching us. As we wrap this up, there's a lot more lore that's being built for the second campaign. So I'm just kind of, I should be working on this one instead of the one that we're not doing.
I'm having fun.
I had all of this planned, but I didn't plan the first part. So anyway, whatever. We're gonna go. We're all gonna go. Goodbye.
He's
Hi,
a
guys.
multitasker.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Like, subscribe.
All the things.